Everyone, it's Nitin. We got another tweet from the 2XKO Twitter, basically exactly 1 month after the name reveal. We did have another tweet last week that we can run through real quick, just because I don't believe I made a video on that. So let's just get that out of the way, and then we'll go into the new one. We'll just kind of breeze over this one.
I'm Maxine Virtue. I'm one of the producers on the Core Gameplay Initiative on 2XKO. Come take a look at what I'm working on. Every time we start a new show,
see what we're working on. We don't really see exactly much of what's being worked on. Though actually just now, in another rewatch, it looks like there's a cool giant Project L banner here. I wonder if that's a 2XK1 or one from Evo or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Come take a look at what I'm working on. Every time we start a new champ, our designers definitely reference League. We learn the lore, we learn what moves they have, and we try to design a kit that translates into a fighting game. But why we chose to start with Darius as our first real character in 2XKO,
which we kind of knew is Darius and Ari that were first.
Too fast or too slow. So he's basically a really good character to set the foundation for the game. Ari was next because she's
It's interesting to hear Darius as a foundation of the game. Like he's kind of like the Ryu. Kind of interesting. You'd think he'd be like heavier and slower.
Ari was actually when we started to think about our champ roster as a whole, because those two are just very much like prototype characters. Let's build Echo. He's this punk genius. What's cooler than that? So that's why we gave him a time winder that he can throw to keep people away a little bit. We also gave him really fast normals. They're all pretty
Echo's so cool.
So he can have like a good close fight and also a good range fight. We picked Yasuo next. Also a character that we want relatively easy for beginners.
It's interesting. They say they picked Yasuo third, but Yasuo was revealed at Evo. So you can imagine other champs are going to be maybe further along than we think.
My favorite champ that we're working on next is...
In hindsight, the first time I saw this, I thought she was hinting that, like, oh, my favorite champ is the next one we're working on, and they are whoever. This says my favorite champ that we're working on next. So, like, of the ones they're working on, she's referring to her favorite, which is kind of interesting, but nothing too crazy here. They're definitely clearly hinting that a new champ is going to be revealed in the near future. I think it's fair to assume for Evo Japan, we have a new build that will have at least a Lowy, if not more. And in this video here, you'll see they might have kind of hinted at that. So let's take a look.
Hey, my name is Daniel Maniago. Most of my coworkers call me
Clockwork, one of the goats of MVC. And first off, if anybody notices, I already asked in the Discord, so I might already have an answer there. But if anyone knows what this hoodie is, let me know, because I don't recognize that icon, but it looks like 2XKO colors. So I'm not sure if that's a hint that, like, ranked icons or like team icons or something like that, or something in the campaign. I'm really not sure, but looks pretty cool.
Making up the rules and making the game fun. In 2XKO, we have implemented a team modifier system.
Right, so we're talking about the fuses.
It's a way to really amplify player expression. First fuse is double down. It's a fuse in which when the point character does...
This to me reads like... Maybe I should watch it all first before I go back, but this reads to me, when you click it, it says recommended. This to me sounds like this is ready for a public build. I would assume what we're seeing here is going to be the same build as Evo Japan, and as they start to show more, we'll see it from this build. And you might notice something else about this, but we'll definitely come back to see to talk about that.
To really amplify player expression. First fuse is double down. It's a fuse in which when the point character does their super, the second character can do their super or ult. The damage output is really crazy depending on, you know, if you have the resources for it. The next fuse is a fuse called freestyle. Freestyle is a fuse in which you can handshake tag twice in one sequence. It's a pretty advanced fuse. When a duo
the mix fuse
really in sync, then you really see the functionality shine. We have another assist called 2x assist. It's a pretty straightforward assist in which you can have 2 assist actions within 1 assist call. And then the last fuse we have is called Fury. As your champion's health gets low, you get a damage bonus.
Yeah, so see danger pop up and then they light up.
I recommend this fuse to newer players because you really just get like a sort of...
And you can see Yasuo hit under 50% and got the benefit there too. But that's really it. And there's a couple little things we can gain from this. One is the status indicator under each of the health bars. You can see, I think this is just demonstrating that their fuse buff is active. At first I thought it was bleed because it was with Darius, but now you can see once Yasuo lights up, or has his fuse icon light up before he activates, you can see that there. So that's pretty cool. I think there's also one little thing. At one point you can see someone, when they tag in, you can see up top it says tag. showing that like, oh, the character's in right now, like doing an assist or whatever, so then now you can tag them in. So nice stuff on the HUD to see, good indicators. But the real thing we got to talk about is this champ select. Where is it at? Okay. So here's champ select. And if you notice, this is just the right half of the screen, right? And we see 4 characters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Alawi, right? Let's assume she's a halfway point. Can we assume there's Yasuo and then 3 other characters in this build? 3 other champs? That would be insane. I personally thought that things were going to pick up a little bit in terms of news with new champ reveals, because I personally think the game's coming out before EVO next year. That just makes the most sense to me. So they kind of have to start showing champs soon if we're going to hit, let's say, like 12 to 16 champs. Like, they kind of need to pick up the pace a little bit. This is wild to me. This to me reads like, okay, let's say they have 8, which, let's say realistically on the low end, like I wouldn't expect more than like 6 or 7. Like, it doesn't have to be 4 on the other side. It's, my guess would most likely be, if they designed it like this, it's probably 3, maybe 4 on the other side. So let's go with 7, which means there's 2 other champs we haven't seen, quote unquote, haven't seen yet. That could be Katarina and Jinx, who we've actually seen in game, or it could be totally other champs, not sure. But that's pretty crazy to think that there's almost definitely other champs there. It's really been hinted at a bunch. EVO Japan now is basically over a month away. It looks like they're slowly getting this info out. I would hope they wait, or they announce these champs more than like the week of EVO Japan. I'd like to have some time for us to digest it. But the other thing that I think is really exciting is, my theory has been for a while that playtests are going to start sooner than we think. They pushed this playtest signups really hard when they first came out. And now if they're all of a sudden going to drop 3 new champs, they probably want a lot of feedback on that. And it could be the other events that they talked about. Like, hey, we're not just going to go to EVO or major events. Maybe they'll be at other places too. So maybe there will be other pop-ups. But I would expect to see, like, whether it be they bring streamers in, or like fighting in pros to come in and play on camera or something and just make content around that. Or if it's even really small online playtests, like I would expect them to get these characters into our hands soon. Because these are a lot of characters at once, and there's going to be a lot of feedback and a lot of stuff to sift through, a lot of different matchups and team builds to think about. I'm super excited to just dive right back into 2X Discord and talk to everybody about this and start theory crafting. But this is really exciting. I think, to temper expectations, I wouldn't expect more than Kat and Jinx in addition, and maybe it's just one of those 2 if we're being real. But to me, this really reads like Alawi's still facing in the middle. It looks like it's going to be 4 and 4 on this character select. Yeah, I'm really excited. Now, the other question is, it's been a month now. We got those 2 tweets. Are things going to start picking up steam a little bit as we get closer to the event? We haven't heard anything about the netcode breakdown. We haven't heard anything about their reasoning behind the name and the thought process behind that. We haven't really heard much at all since the name reveal. So I'm hoping to start hearing a lot more. I honestly hope there's even more fuses in the game. Maybe this is just all they have now. Maybe they have nothing else planned, but I would like to see more assists or more fuses planned. Yeah, it's just a really exciting time right now. I'm really, really excited. I did not expect this. Yeah, talk about a teaser, man. I really was expecting very small stuff until EVO Japan, and then like maybe 1 new character. This is really, really exciting. So make sure, if you guys enjoyed or you want to follow up on all the 2XKO news, I will be covering everything as soon as humanly possible. And I'm going to try to pick up my editing game so things start to be a little more interesting on the video side. But I definitely love talking to the community about this and just spreading hype and just being a resource for people who are just want to express their excitement about the game and learn more about it. I'll definitely be covering everything possible. I will be at EVO this year, not EVO Japan right now, unless anybody wants to bring me out. You want to bring a fucking no viewer streamer that loves the game, I'd be happy to go to EVO Japan to play it, or any other event between now and EVO. But yeah, so stay tuned. I'm hoping in the next week or 2 we actually start to see some more of this stuff, but on the late end, give it 1 more month and we're going to see a couple more champs at least. So really exciting times. Yeah, I appreciate any likes, comments, subscribes, all that, shares, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.